So, Tony, you've had some unforgettable fights in your career. You know, had a dominated win against George Sosa. You pitched a shutout against Sergio Garcia. You had two chess matches with Jermell Charlo. So I got to talk about the biggest win of your career, the night you became the world champion. The WBC junior middleweight champion of the world, Craig. Of the world. Not the city, but the world. Talk to me about that.
I mean, I think it was dope. I just think that fight for me personally reflected Detroit. I think it was, I was so counted out and a heavy. It was like a 9-1 underdog. It was just like that fight for me was just like, oh, this is what Detroit is about. You know what I mean? Like this is what living in a city that has nothing to do with anything but fighting. This is my moment to show everybody why Detroit will always be alive. And it was just it was the moment was just it was just all around my kind of fight. If I could fight that fight 10 times in a row, I probably would fight that fight 10 times in a row. It was so much animosity, so much dislike. And it became a thing. It was a city versus city kind of thing. It was all Houston all in my inbox, you and all that. You know what I mean? So it was all probably I'm pretty sure it was even people from Detroit telling me I wasn't gonna win against him. So it was one of those things like I thrive off people telling me what I could not do. So it was one of those moments for me, man. It was amazing.
Because it's like you had an outer body experience when they announced the decision. Because you dang near knocked the cameraman over. Like, I don't know how many times you probably went back and rewatched that fight, but I remember that vividly. Like, everybody could see it, like the true joy. Like, I could just tell, like I said, you had an outer body experience. But, I mean, that's probably an undescribable feeling, becoming a world champ. So, I mean, you know, you don't get to talk to too many world champions every day. And you one of how many? So it's like, props, man, props.
Yeah, I appreciate it. The last person from Detroit to win a world title was Tommy Hearns. And I was like, what a WBC title. Let me correct that because K9 went and won a world title too himself. But the green belt, you know, the most prestigious, green belt, you know, the one Money Mayweather made seem so phenomenal. You know what I mean? Like coming up, it's just like I wanted no other belt but the green belt. You know what I mean? I had to take it from the top dog, and it was Jermell was the best fighter in our division at the moment, so I had to take it from the top dog.
Man, I want to see a third fight. I don't care. I want to see a third fight.
Man, look, man, he gonna wait till we walking in walkers to want to do it again. But like I said, I mean I kind of understand it because I'm not an easy fight for nobody. You know what I mean? In the backlash that will come from that fight when he loses, it would be like it'd be you could lose to anybody but don't lose to Tony. You know what I mean? It's one of those kind of moments, and I would have loved to do it again, but like I said, it just shows me the world isn't built how I'm built. You know what I mean? Like it's no way I could dislike somebody that much and say 1-1 and I'm cool with that.
No,
you know
that's what I'm saying. Like
you know what I mean?
Y'all gotta settle that one. Like
man.
that's what I'm saying.
but like I said, if it was gonna happen, it would have been happened because you've watched, you know, Triple G and Canelo fight.
Yeah.
You know, you watch them settle the score. You watch Deontay Wilder and Tyson Fury settle the score. You know what I mean? So it's just like they not built like me. Like everybody, like fighting is a sport of controversy. Like if you're not, it's not for the weak. You know what I mean? So if you can't put up with the controversy that come with wins and losses, like I just don't think you should be fighting. You know what I mean? Everybody wants to go out undefeated and everybody wants to be, oh, I was the best fighter ever. And to me, the best fighter ever lost 5 times. You know what I mean? So,
You said that is
Muhammad Ali.
Yeah.
Muhammad Ali, I think the greatest of all time. I think probably at least 50% of people in the world will probably agree with Muhammad Ali is the best fighter of all times. You know what I mean? So that just shows you that it doesn't matter if you lose. I just think the kind of fights that he was put in, the charisma he had, the stuff he stood for while being a fighter made him the greatest fighter ever. And I just don't think people on a competitive level, like when you fight somebody like on a competitive level, I want to do it again. Win, lose, or draw, I want to do it again. And the sport came down to if you lose to this guy, it's like, oh, you can't fight this guy again. Tommy Hearns and Ray Leonard did it multiple times. You know what I mean? Like you got the best fighters the best fights in the world. Man, Marquez versus Pacquiao fought 5 times.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? So I just think that when it's just compatible, and I just think it comes down to being compatible, and I think me and him are compatible to fighting each other. I don't like him. He don't like me.
I was about to say
that makes for compatibility. You know what I mean? Like I just think we're compatible towards one another. You know what I mean? I'm a talking when I don't like you. He's not a talking, but you know what I mean? I just think the compatibility it makes for us to make a ton of money if we were to ever do it again.
Yeah, definitely. I say that every great fighter got a great dance partner, and I feel like the way the lead up, the fight, even the second fight, it was so close. A lot of people thought you had the lead.
I know I did. Shoot, I thought you were winning.
And then he stole it at the end. A trilogy just makes sense. But the build up, I'll say for the build up, is that like your favorite build up?
I'm not gonna say it's I would say it's my favorite because it was nobody I had to dislike fighting them. You know what I mean? So the build up was real. You know what I mean? A lot of people are like, oh, that's fake. It like you've never seen me cut into nobody before.
You can tell when it's
you know
real,
what I mean? Like you could tell when. Like I at one point I'm just like, dude, like let's just fight right now, right here, and let's just cut the fight off and let's just do it. That's how much dislike I had for the fighter I was fighting. You know what I mean? So I just think it was probably my best talking fighter because I never had to talk to nobody because it wasn't personal for me with nobody else. You know, with him it was just personal.